There's a person you know, maybe a coworker, maybe someone from your past. You can't fully explain why, but when they walk into a room, something shifts. People listen more carefully. Interruptions stop. Even their silence carries weight. They're not louder than everyone else. They're not more aggressive. They don't demand anything. And yet, respect just follows them, like it's automatic. What are they doing that you are not? The answer isn't charisma. It isn't confidence. It's something quieter. 5 habits so small they're almost invisible, but psychologically they change everything about how people read you. Habit 1. They never explain themselves unless they choose to. Most people over-explain. You cancel plans and immediately launch into reasons. You make a decision and feel the urge to justify it. You say no and then soften it, qualify it, apologize for it. That impulse feels polite, but what it actually signals is that you need the other person's approval to feel okay about your own choices. People who command respect do something different. They state, they don't defend. I can't make it. Full stop. That doesn't work for me. No footnotes. The moment you stop over-explaining, you stop handing people the tools to argue with your reasoning. There's nothing to pick apart, nothing to negotiate, just a clean, clear position. And here's the psychological reality. When someone doesn't feel the need to justify themselves, our brains read that as status, as security. We assume they have a reason, and that the reason is solid. Habit 2. They use your name and they remember things. This one sounds small. It isn't. When someone uses your name in conversation, not repeatedly, not mechanically, just once, at the right moment, something activates. You feel seen, specifically seen. Respect isn't just about how you carry yourself. It's also about how you make others feel in your presence. People who are deeply respected tend to generate a very specific feeling in others. I matter to this person. And the habit that creates that feeling is attention, real attention. They remember you mentioned your sister was sick. They asked about the project you were stressed about 2 weeks ago. They bring back the thread. Most people are so focused on being interesting that they forget to be interested. The ones who flip that, they become unforgettable. Habit 3. They are comfortable with silence. Silence makes most people panic. An awkward pause hits, and the instinct fires immediately. Fill it, fix it, say something, anything. But that scramble to fill silence reads as anxiety, and anxiety reads as insecurity, and insecurity quietly erodes how people perceive your authority. People who command respect have learned something counterintuitive. Silence is not a problem to solve. It's a space they're allowed to occupy. They pause before they respond. They don't rush to agree. When asked a hard question, they think, visibly, unhurriedly, before they answer. And that pause does something powerful. It signals that what comes next is deliberate, considered, worth hearing. In negotiation, in conflict, in conversation, the person most comfortable with silence usually holds the most power. Habit 4. They don't perform enthusiasm they don't feel. Watch someone who is genuinely well-regarded. They don't say amazing to everything. They don't tell everyone their idea is great. Their approval isn't free, which means when it comes, it means something. Most of us were trained to smooth social interactions with constant affirmation. Great idea, love that, totally agree. And it works. It keeps things comfortable. But over time, you become invisible. You become social wallpaper, present, pleasant, forgettable. When you only affirm what you actually believe, when you offer a measured, "That's interesting, I hadn't thought of it that way," instead of a reflexive, "Yes, absolutely," your responses start to carry weight. People start watching for your reaction. They want to know what you actually think. Restraint, in this way, becomes a form of presence. Habit 5. They do what they said they would do. This one is almost embarrassingly simple,
and yet it is the single most powerful respect builder in human social dynamics. Reliability is rare. Real, consistent reliability, where your word is so solid that people stop wondering whether you'll follow through, is genuinely uncommon, and our brains treat rare things as valuable. When you say you'll send something by Thursday, send it Wednesday. When you say you'll make a call, make it. When you commit to something, treat that commitment as a debt that must be cleared. Over time, people around you begin to calibrate. They start to notice that when you say something, it happens. And once that pattern is established, something shifts in how they hold you in their mind. You're no longer a person they hope will come through. You're a person they know will. That difference, hope versus certainty, is the entire distance between being liked and being respected. None of these habits require you to be louder, harder, more impressive. They require you to be more deliberate, more present, more honest about what you actually think and what you're actually willing to do. Respect isn't performed, it's accumulated, quietly, over time, in moments so small most people don't even notice them happening, until they look up and realize they're listening to you differently than they used to.
If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more psychology videos like this. And remember, the smallest habits carry the most weight. See you in the next one.